I've got 60 bucks. I'm at the thrift store. Let's see if we can turn it into 300 before the sun goes down. The sun sets at 6:43 today, and I got a bit of a late start, so we need to find something quickly. And luckily, right away, I see this nightstand set. It's really hard to find matching nightstands, so $50 for both is a great price, even if one is missing a couple of drawer pulls. Let's take them home. Alright, I just got back with the nightstands. Just taking a closer look at the damage here. There's a bunch of small dings and signs of wear all over, so we'll have to sand it all down to help remove some of that damage. And because we got a late start, I think we'll just sand it down enough for some new paint to stick, and we'll freshen up the old drawer pulls. Let's get started. First things first, let's take out the drawers and take off the handles. While taking out one of the drawers, I find an old firearms license from 1974, and this manual for an old hunting tree stand. Pretty cool. Now, let's sand everything down. Sanding is one of the more tedious and time-consuming parts of a flip, but it's very important to getting a good-looking finish. I start with a 120 grit sandpaper to help remove the scratches, and then I work my way up to a 220 grit to smooth everything out. I use my circular sander on the top, and I use my smaller sander on the more delicate parts of the nightstands. After everything is all sanded, let's give the dresser a good wipe down to get off all the dust. And since we're missing these bottom pulls on this drawer, let's use some wood filler to fill in the old screw holes. While we let that wood filler dry, let's start working on cleaning up the handles. And if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to follow, it helps a ton. Thanks. First, I soak them in soapy water for a few minutes, then I use some Barkeeper's Friend and some waterproof sandpaper to scrub off the grime. And this is how they turned out. Now that the wood filler's all dry, let's sand it down to make it smooth. The next step is to prep for painting, and to prep, I set up my painting tent to prevent overspray from getting everywhere. And this is our final look at the nightstands before the new paint. I applied one coat of gray bonding primer so that our base coat adheres properly. It's super satisfying watching the wood filler spots completely disappear behind the paint. And once the primer's dry, I apply a coat of the satin black paint. Always make sure to apply thin coats so that your paint doesn't drip. About an hour after my first coat of black, I apply another to cover up any missed spots and get a deeper overall black color. While we let that paint fully dry, let's start putting the handles back on the drawers. Sliding the drawers in at the end of a flip is such a great feeling. Just a reminder, this is what the nightstands looked like before and then after. I think they look great. The black really helped modernize these nightstands, and because it's hard to find two matching ones, I'm sure we'll find a buyer quickly. Follow and like this video so you don't miss next week's flip.